Hey everyone, it's Bryan from Raid Leader TV with the second guide for the Crota's End raid, the bridge portion. Now, our previous guide for this encounter became obsolete after the last patch, so we're bringing you the current up-to-date best strategy for this section of the raid. Be sure to head on over to DestinyLFG.com to fill out your fire team, because this might possibly be one of the most intricate encounters in all of Crota's End. So to start off, your fire team will spawn at the top of a staircase overlooking the abyss that you need to cross. There will be 2 Annihilator Totems, one to the left and one to the right, as well as a sink plate in the center that constructs the bridge. So this sink plate works pretty much the same way as the last one at the end of the first encounter, except this time if someone is standing on the sink plate and constructing the bridge, you must have at least one person standing underneath each of the totems. If you don't do this, your group will be hit with an Annihilator Totem debuff, which will cause an instant wipe if you don't correct the issue within a few seconds. Another challenge of the encounter comes from the sword bearers. So once your group is in position on top of the sink plate and totems, you should turn your attention towards the staircase you just came down, because the sword bear is going to spawn there and head towards you. Try to have people focus this guy down as quickly as possible without leaving your designated areas, and he will drop a sword. One member of your fire team will pick up the sword, head over the bridge to the other side, and kill the gatekeeper. Now let's go into a bit more detail about some of the things that just happened. First off, every time a sword bearer dies, he will drop a sword, and a gatekeeper will spawn on the other side of the bridge. Gatekeepers are completely immune to all damage except the sword, which can kill them in about 3 hits if you're level 31. Just spam the right trigger or R2 if you're in a PlayStation. And secondly, you can only cross the bridge if you're holding the sword, because otherwise the magical haunted concrete which it's made of will kill you. So once the first member of your fire team heads over and kills the gatekeeper, the fight pretty much repeats until every member of your group makes it across the bridge. Now you might be thinking, how are we supposed to form the bridge and stand on the 2 totems when there's only 1 or 2 of us left on the original side of the chasm? Well, worry not, for there's an identical set of totems and sink plate on the other side of the abyss. So once the amount of people across outnumber the amount of people who are still on the original side, the responsibility of standing on the totems and forming the bridge shifts to them until the remaining members of your fire team make it over. Once you have all 6 of your fire team members over, an ogre will spawn on each side of the ledge that you're on, as well as a few wizards. Coordinate your fire team and focus these guys down as fast as possible, and the doors will open up and reward you with those fat loots right after the second ogre dies. Now, there's a chest that spawns in the next room that you have to get within a certain amount of time, so if you're watching this while currently in the raid, you're going to want to click the annotation on the screen as fast as possible before it despawns. Seriously. Otherwise, if you already know how to get to the next chest, then that concludes our guide for the bridge portion of Crota's End. To see our guide for the next section of the raid, click the annotation on the right side of your screen, and be sure to subscribe to Raid Leader TV for more Destiny content.